Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host Learbach, and you are just in time for the final episode of DarkSiders. In the last episode, we got the rest of the Armageddon blade pieces and forged the Armageddon sword, losing a enhancement slot in the process. But in all honesty, it's probably not the worst thing that ever happened. In this episode, we're going to be taking on the Destroyer. And actually I don't... Okay. I hope I didn't go the wrong way, because I just realized I think we need to actually talk to Azrael. Otherwise now we're probably going to be going back to Eden. Which is weird, because he said there was no going back to Eden. I just now realized that, because I'm not sure where this is going to take us. Well, it takes us back to Eden. Okay. So, you can go back to Eden. Go figure, right? He lied to us despite the fact that, you know, he said we could not go back to Eden. We went back to Eden. I am sorry to have wasted all this time doing this. That was my bad. So let's head back out. Unscripted, ladies and gentlemen. Improvisation. Let's play. If something doesn't happen, you'll cause the problem yourself. It'll be your own fault because you are an idiot. So let's fight the Destroyer, shall we?
It's Abaddon. Uriel has led the Hellguard against him. It is as you foretold. The Hellguard will fall.
Angel of Death, serve me one last time.
And here we are. Ooh, that's badass. Just walks by.
She mistook me for someone else. She loved him, and I believe that he loved her long ago, before all this. Foolishly, he chose duty above all, and died for it. Will you do the same? Heaven hunts you. Hell hates you. All of creation cares not whether you live or die. Join me, war. Like a great sword, I will raise you up, and our enemies will shatter against us. The spoils of 1,000 victories will be yours. Or serve the justice of a corrupt council, and a creator who abandons his most faithful. I offer you this choice, horseman. Would you serve in heaven, or rule in hell?
His words echo.
I choose what once a coward did not.
So, here we are, the final battle, Abaddon the Destroyer. So, Abaddon does a lot of running around at first. You'd imagine the guy with, you know, the dragon with wings would start off flying. But nope, he just kinda starts off running and basically on horseback. You just kind of rush him really. Believe me. There we go. Do that about 3 times, he falls, then you get a chance to actually deal legitimate damage to him. I believe any of your... Nope. Oh wow. Only the blade will deal damage to him. Holy crap. So now he starts flying. Trying to remember what we need to do precisely here. And just to let you know, you cannot target him right now. Oh, that's about... Oh, no, okay, so you can target him. I thought the cursor would have popped up. Huh. It wasn't working earlier, I swear. Oh, I did not realize that Rune actually dealt damage. It doesn't deal damage to Abaddon, but I mean like in a general sense it deals damage. That was ridiculously easy to knock him down that time. This is... I know there's more... No, there's more to this battle. This is a multi-phase battle, that's right. And just wipe him down with the sword. And go back and... You've kind of already guessed how this is going to turn out. And he starts dropping down, actually frequently now. You start running. Oh, there we go. And we destroyed Abaddon the Destroyer. And for those of you with a very short-term memory, please tell me that there's people that don't have that short-term of a memory. That they would have gotten that just mere seconds ago I mentioned that this is not the end. But yeah, so we actually kind of destroyed his first form. And now he takes on his original form. Sort of. Kind of a younger version of himself. This one I remember being a little more difficult. I cannot remember how we're supposed to exactly do this. Oh wow, he just canceled our form out immediately. Wow. I think with this one you gotta take pot shots. Basically whenever he starts blocking, that's when you just kind of want to focus on dodging, and whenever he finishes an attack is when you want to hit. Right there, that did nothing. Right there. And you basically get the idea. And just dodge. And basically, this is what the whole battle is. And actually, I kind of like this part. Can't believe I forgot about this. Because this actually requires you to think ahead of time and like read his moves. For a battle where you can't use your secondary weapons against him, it's a very fun battle. And go up there. I don't think. Nope, that doesn't do anything. And ouch! Crap! Why didn't I? There you go. Crap! I didn't time that one. I was gonna try to see if I could dodge forward. Oh, right there, he hit me. Part of the comment may also even be tricking him into an attack. Ah! I don't think that would have worked anyway. I dodged right into him. I misdodged sideways, but actually. This. Oh. This is also another one of the battles where it doesn't get boring simply because they keep changing things up just enough. So that, like, you know, just keep going.
You have taught me something, Abaddon. Sometimes duty must be cast aside to do what must be done. It is not for duty that I kill you now.
Ooh. Oh! Oh!
Uriel. Reap what you have sown, betrayer.
I can't get over those golden eyes of hers. There's the seventh seal.
You had to know it was a one-way ticket.
The Council.
They knew you'd never play executioner because of your precious honor. They let you take the fall. They knew you'd butcher everyone involved to clear your name. And you did. No!
Ooh.
Whore. I've got some for you, too. I'll take that. If it were to get broken, you might get ideas. Like not going back in your little cage. It's tragic, really. You had freedom in the palm of your hand, and you lost it.
He really is the Joker, isn't he?
Funny. Even you wouldn't laugh at your own funeral.
I'm laughing at yours.
I had to get one more reference in DC
Next
stuff.
Sacramentum. The death oath is complete.
And we don't get a happy little memory or a happy little ending for a war. He dies.
Oh God, bitch! What did you do?
And there's the seal broken.
No, no, no!
I noticed.
I'm going to pull your guts.
I don't remember war being regenerated if he does get. Oh, yeah, it does. Wow. I forgot. Of course, I forgot about that. Oh, I did not say he died. Just, I legitimately forgot he came back to life. And there goes the Watcher.
Fight the council. Fight everyone. You'll never get away. You hear me? Never. Don't forget who holds the leash.
And
I would do. That's why you spared me.
No,
Then why?
because I would not have the last of heaven's honor die with its champion.
All debts are repaid. The duty I uphold, it may call me to raise my sword against you. And if that day comes, I won't hesitate. You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council, and there will be others. You would rage this war alone?
No. Not alone.
You noticed each seal at the beginning had a different symbol. This one has the 4 horsemen. Sequel baiting! Unfortunately, this game got one kick-ass sequel. One that takes the likes of this game here and just obliterates. Like, it takes... it takes most of the good... it takes almost everything that was good gets improved. Where it needs to be improved. And everything that's bad, for the most part, with the exception of the one aiming mechanic that I still have a problem with, and possibly a few other things I can't think of off the top of my head, it improves everything else. But yeah, this is still a really good game, regardless, even with its flaws and all. And yeah, a lot of people compare it to Legend of Zelda, and yeah, they're not wrong. It is very Zelda-esque in terms of gameplay, but in all honesty, like, is that a bad thing? I mean, there are not enough Zelda-like games. The most recent one I can think of is a little indie game called It'll Do, and that's a game you can beat in 2 to 3 hours. It's a good game, it's a fun game, it definitely feels like a Zelda game. In fact, it was originally pitched as a Zelda game before Nintendo said, no, we don't want it to be a Zelda game, but you could make it your own game if you wanted. At least that's what I read on the news articles. And we need more games like that. We need more, like, 3D Zelda games, because It'll Do is like a 2D Zelda game. Very fun, worth playing, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, I have a quick look at video of it. So yeah, shamelessly plugging my own channel. In my own channel. Yeah, chances are, if this is your first time seeing my series, this is your first episode, you picked a hell of an episode to choose. The end of DarkSiders. Oh, Troy Baker was Abaddon. Straga and Tortured Gate. Huh. For those of you who don't know, and I'm certain that's like 2 of you out there, Troy Baker is a very prominent voice role in the gaming community, and I think in voice acting in general. He does. I think he was Booker DeWitt in BioShock Infinite, and that's where he's most recently famous from. He's pretty much been in everything. It's like he's like Steve Bloom. If you don't know who Steve Bloom is, Steve Bloom's in everything. You hear that one voice that you hear all the time. It's like, wait a minute, why does that sound like Spike Spiegel from Outlaw Star? Wow, that was the wrong anime right there. Cowboy Bebop. Outlaw Star is a completely different anime, even though it's actually similar. Completely different sci-fi anime. Or that one guy from Big O, Roger Smith. There we go. Why does that sound like Roger Smith from Big O, Spike Spiegel from I just said it, Cowboy Bebop, and Starscream from Transformers Prime. Yeah, that's Steve Bloom. Playing probably one of my favorite Starscream roles, by the way. And let's see what else. Oh, and almost every other thug in the Batman Arkham games. Like, I'm serious, like every third thug in the Arkham games is voiced by Stephen Bloom. He's a freaking awesome voice actor. Oh, and also Tom from Toonami. That's another one. That's his most famous role, I think, is Toonami. For those of you who don't have cable, Toonami was, and I guess currently is, the best place to look for anime at the time. It was a programming block, and again still is, on Cartoon Network. It used to be something aimed for a younger audience. This is like, let's put it this way: if you saw Dragon Ball Z or Sailor Moon or Gundam Wing, another one, Outlaw Star, chances are you probably saw them on the Toonami block. In which case, I don't even know why I'm bothering saying this. Let's see, what else was there? There were a lot of different anime. They did a lot of different shows. They did some special ones too, like Blue Sub 6. That was still like one of my favorite short-term animes, like 6-episode anime. Gundam 08 The Mess Team, which is kind of like the story, just like not the Gundam, not like the full-fledged Gundam pods, but like one of the grunts, so to speak, one of the normal soldiers. Of course, he still walked around in a Gundam, but you know, it was a smaller Gundam. I actually had the toy of that one, the 08 MS Gundam. That thing is small compared to all the other Gundams. I had a few Gundams at the time. Let's see, I had a Death Cytel Custom. One of my friends had two of the Gundam Wings. He had Wing Zero and Wing Zero Custom. You know, the one with the angel wings and the one that could transform into the ship. One of my other friends had the Sandrock, I think it was. No one had heavy arms. That's weird. That's true. No one had heavy arms. That's the other Gundams I had outside of the Gundam Wing series. I had the original Gundam from the original Mobile Suit Gundam. I got it in this set. It's like Armored Core set or something like that. It came with Gundam, this little ship, which was supposed to be like a little part of the cockpit. It went into the back of the Gundam, but this one didn't actually. So it was just there for like display. And the base that they traveled in the show, and a Zaku unit. I've since then lost all the parts, but the Zaku was the first one to go. And for those of you wondering, Zaku were like the enemy Gundam units. Like they're like these one-eyed. They kind of look like Cylons with the eyes going back and forth. But they're the enemy units. They're the enemy controlled mechs. They kind of look shorter and stouter. They usually, where Gundam had like a beam sword, the Zaku's had a beam axe. So yeah, you kind of had a lot of parallels with them. Zaku's also typically looked more armored. And kind of with the helmets, they kind of look a bit like Stormtrooper-ish. They had kind of like They kind of had the similar shaped head, though clearly like the details are a lot different, copyright. And plus, it's like a show that came out in the 80s in Japan. So I think like around that time, Star Wars was just getting popular here in the States. So they probably didn't even know what Star Wars was. So it might have been a complete coincidence. I think the Stormtrooper helmets in Star Wars are based off of, the Nazi World War II Nazis helmets and stuff like that. So the general shape was probably derived from both of those, considering that the Zakus are supposed to be the bad guys. Technically, even though this series, one thing that's really been a hard thing for me to get into the Gundam series as a whole, and why I've only been able to get into certain ones, the melodrama from it all. It's a soap opera, and it's a soap opera from giant mechs. And the problem is, it follows every single trope that you run into from like giant mech anime. You know, the kid who shouldn't be piloting a mech, but is the only one who can pilot this special mech. The same kid has daddy, mommy, military issue, some sort of emotional issue that makes them hate the military or resent it, which I don't think was the case in the original Gundam Wing. In the original Gundam. Gundam Wing, I think it was. This Gundam Wing had 5. One of them voiced by the same guy who did Rat Trap. I believe Scott McNeil was the voice of Rat Trap. Rat Trap from Beast Wars. Not to be confused with any other Rat Trap I don't know of. And he sounded like Rat Trap. Like I distinctly remember him sounding like Rat Trap with the more Brooklyn accents. It's like really jarring when I first, because that was around the same time Beast Wars aired. And it's just, I'm a huge Transformers nut. Like Beast Wars, I grew up on pretty much. Beast Wars in the original Gen 1, like 3 episodes of the original Gen 1 and the movie. Which is still, the animated movie is still 10 times better than any of the Michael Bay films, all 4 of the Michael Bay films put together. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's probably a tale for another time. But that's been DarkSiders. A really great game, really fun to play. Not much else I can say about it. But yeah, with all that said, I'll see you guys in the next Let's Play.